Hey y'all, it's Courtney and I am back with another video. Okay, so it's getting closer to Halloween, and y'all know I like to partake in a little bit of Halloweeniness. So anyways, I got my little skull cup. I just bought this at Walmart, and I got this last year at the Dollar Tree, and it is like tombstones. And it says, "Happy haunting, have a beautiful night." Oh, there's signs, I guess. Dead end highway, trick or treat, trick or treat. Where's the other one? Does it say trick or treat? I thought it said potions, but that's not what it says. Tomb, sweet tomb. Oh, tomb, sweet tomb. Do not add water. Witching hour. I don't know, I can't read them because I have bad eyes and it's like see-through, so it's hard to read some of them. But anyways, yeah, it's like gravestones and just like Halloween-y looking signs. So anyways, I just dropped Autumn off at school. Got some shit done myself, because if I would have left it up to the school, nothing would have ever gotten done, because I told you guys like a week ago that they're having trouble with her sitting down on the bus, right? And they told me back then that they would get it figured out. Well, it's Tuesday, and I still haven't heard anything. So what did I do? I got my butt up this morning, and as soon as I had the kids ready, I called the bus garage and said, "Hey." And they told me the bus number, and I took Autumn to school, went into the school, talked to the staff in the office, and told them what number they told me, and that they just had to call and put her name on for that bus, and that she would be on that bus. It was pretty simple, but for some reason they had a hell of a time getting it done. Even this morning, they called me and told me, "Well, that's the wrong number. That bus is for handicapped children, and your daughter is not mentally handicapped, so she has to ride a normal bus." I'm like, dude, does it really matter? Like, does it really matter? If she needs a bus aid and there's an aid on that bus, I don't care. It's not like I want to separate her from mentally ill children. I'd actually like her to be around some mentally ill children, or not mentally ill, you guys know what I'm saying. Some, can't think of the right, words. Somebody tell me down in the comments. But I would like her to be around different people, because I want her to learn to accept everybody, and that there is different people in the world, because she's been with me her entire life. Like, that's why I had such a hard time, like, sending her to school, because she's 5 years old, man. 5 years. Every day with me. That's a lot of time to spend with somebody, you know what I mean? And then to just not be with them for half the day all of a sudden. They told me today that she gets agitated easily, and that she doesn't have a good attention span, and I'm like, tell me something I don't know, right? We'll finish this at the end of the video. If you guys are interested in hearing about what's going on with her, I'll finish it at the end of the video, because it's, you know, some people don't want to hear about that crap. So, oh, so I wanted to bring this up, speaking of kids. I saw Yaba's video this morning. I like Yaba. I've always watched her. I think that, you know, she's part of this community, and she always will be, but she's also part of a new community, you know what I mean? She is moving towards a different community, but she'll always have roots here, you know, and we all know that. And that Foodie Beauty is a bitch, okay? You guys go watch her goodbye video, and when she starts talking about how there's this reaction channel that's been on here for years, and they never got any attention until they started reacting to her videos and Amberlynn Reed's videos, blah, 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 blah. Yaba's always been liked. I don't agree with everything that she says or does, just like anybody that I like, you know what I mean? There's been times where I didn't like things that she did, but that's with anybody. You don't always agree with anybody. But she doesn't deserve for her children to be brought up all the time, or the fact that she's a mother to be brought up all the time. Like, what kind of insult is that? You're a mom. Okay, I'm a mom. Just because we're parents means that we're not allowed to speak about anything? I mean, what does that even mean, you're a mom? I could see if we were on here making jokes about rape or something. Then I could see saying, you're a mother. What would your kids think once they get older if they see this? Because I'm sure that that's what they mean by it. But this is an insult that we hear all the time here in our community and anywhere. Just a few weeks back, somebody was told, Stewie was told, I think it was like, why are you on the internet? Why are you on the internet on a Friday night? You should be out you're young, you should be out doing something, or you could be spending time with your kids, or something like that. And they said that it wasn't a burn or anything, but we all know what you go spend time with your kids means. You know what I mean? We all know that that is a trigger for just about anybody that is a parent. And it was from the person it came from. That's a dirty move. Because I just won't say. But it's just not. Mama Mandy, I love you. Just message me. I'll have to message you back in a minute. But stop bringing up parenting or kids or your mother or anything about parenting. Just because we're parents doesn't mean that we're no longer allowed to have opinions on anything. And once my kids grow up, if they see any of the videos that I make, which most of my videos aren't like controversial, well, I guess some could say they were, but they're not even gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about in these videos. Because they don't know these people. They don't know who I'm talking about. So what would they have to be embarrassed about? And I know she wasn't talking about me, but just about everybody on YouTube that is a parent and talks about anything dramatic or drama or anything like that has been told, go take care of your kids, or shouldn't you be doing this with your kids, or whatever. And that is just such a rude fucking comment to make, man. Foodie Beauty is very close to getting a hysterectomy. She has it scheduled and everything. So I don't know if maybe she's bitter because she will never have children. And I am not using this as an insult. Please, nobody take this as me getting a dig in at her, because like I said, like oh, well, you could be spending time with your kids. We all know that that's a backhanded dig, you know what I mean, or underhanded dig, or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of like as soon as you turn around, I'm gonna get a dig in on you as soon as you walk away, if you know what I mean. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm using this as something to try to hurt somebody with, because believe me, I know how it feels to think that you're not going to be able to have kids. She will not be able to have children, like, for sure, unless she adopts or has surrogacy or whatever. She could do it that way. But she will never have a baby grow inside her belly. And I know how that feels. In a way. different but the same. At one time, I thought that I would never have children. I could get pregnant, but I could not carry a baby to full term. And with each time, the babies got bigger and bigger and bigger until, I couldn't have gone through it a fourth time because my last one was a stillborn. I was in my third trimester. So I, at one time, thought that I would never get to be a mother either. And listen, I hated everybody that had kids. When I first lost my son, my pregnancy hormones would not go down for some reason. They were staying pretty high, like really high. So I had to go to the doctor once a week to get blood work done. And instead of going to the hospital or a normal doctor's office, they wanted me to go to Women's Health, which is a pregnancy place. Because that's the doctor that was dealing with me with, my miscarriage, or my stillborn and everything. And with same place as my miscarriage and everything. But anyways, they had me go in there once a week. They had me go in there once a week, right? And I had to sit there and watch all these pregnant women rubbing their bellies and, just the joy of pregnancy. And women that had newborn babies all over the place, nursing their babies, holding their babies, loving their babies. And I knew that I was leaving with nothing. I was leaving with an empty belly and empty arms. And that killed me. It made me bitter. It made me very bitter. And somehow I have a feeling that Foodie Beauty is lashing out at Yaba by using parenting comments and you're a mom comments and that kind of stuff, because that's what's bothering her inside the most. That's what she's been thinking about the most. So subconsciously, she wants to hurt somebody else with what is hurting her. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she's projecting her hurt and her anger that she'll never have kids. I don't even know if she wanted kids. But every woman has that motherly instinct. Or most of them. Some psychopaths and sociopaths and stuff ain't got shit. But I think we got a few of them around here. But anyways, I think she's hurt, I know that a lot of people say this, but it's true. Hurt people, and that is true. But it doesn't make it okay to talk about kids at all. We all know in this community that is a no-no. We try not to, I try not to, and a lot of other people try not to bring kids up. But at times when people are, it's always like a secret weapon. We always say don't bring up kids and don't bring kids into it. But it's like the last ditch effort to win an argument, almost. People argue back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and then all of a sudden, a child comment will come out, because they know that is what will dig deep into your heart the most, and that is what will instant rage, and that's going to instantly infuriate you, and you're going to lose it, and that's going to be it, and they win, because they got to you. So that's kind of fucked up. I'm pretty good at knowing how people work, if you want to say. I guess you could say that. And that's what they do. They use children as like a secret weapon. because they know that that's the death blow. Once they bring that out, it's over. But in my opinion, once you talk about children, everything you said is voided and annulled. We don't care anything you said because you stooped to that level. So anything that you said doesn't matter now. Just like doxing or anything like that. The moment, and that's even with like talking about people's looks, calling them fat, calling them ugly, calling them, their makeup's bad, this or that. As soon as you have to stoop to that level, of doing anything that you know is going to cause an instant rage, you've lost the fight. The person that does it thinks that makes them win the fight because they said the worst thing and they got under your skin. But that makes you lose a fight instantly because you stooped to that level of talking about people's kids, talking about their looks, talking about their weight, talking about things that they cannot help, and talking about things that have nothing to do with YouTube, have nothing to do with you. You don't know these people, so why are you talking about them? I, for a long time, was not going to bring my kids onto YouTube. I was going to hide them away, but that's not fair. I should not have to do that. Because y'all are grown, I'm grown. We should not have to hide our kids away because we're afraid of somebody taking their pictures. Or now there's a difference in like watching what you do. Like, I'm not going to show my kids in the pool, or I'm not going to show them in the bathtub, or I'm not going to show Autumn running around with just shorts on, or you know what I mean? Like, making sure that, everything's good, that's a good thing. But we shouldn't have to completely pretend like our kids don't exist just because there's sick-ass people out there that like to bring them up for no reason. My kids absolutely get ecstatic whenever I say, do you want to be in a video? Because they know that I can't usually do that. And I'm starting to lighten up about it, because like I said, it's not fucking fair that I have to hide my kids away from my friends. Because a lot of you of my subscribers, you're my friends. You're my family. Some of you guys are like the closest people that I have in my life, other than my husband and my kids. I literally have no family. I have nobody. So you guys are my family. And it's bullshit that I can't even share my kids with my family because of idiots on here that will take, screenshots or, make a profile picture, making fun of them, or, whatever. Like, who would make a profile making fun of a kid? Like, that's a special kind of fucking scum. And anybody that would do that, there's a special place in hell for you. Anyways, I didn't even mean to get on this rant right here. I literally wanted to show you guys some makeup. So, we shall see if we can get that done. I went to the dollar store this morning, like I always do. And they have been putting their Halloween stuff out little by little, which I'm glad, because every time I go, I see something different. I'm like, ooh, and Wet n Wild sent them a little display of Halloween makeup, and oh my god, I want all of it. They have like 2 glitter palettes. I won't buy those because the glitters are usually never good. They're like jelly with glitter in it. It gets everywhere, and it just doesn't stick to your eyes, and as soon as you touch your eyes, it's gone all over your hands, all over whatever. It's just not. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anybody that wears makeup knows what I'm talking about, the jelly glitter. But anyways, so they have like 2 of those. One's like greens and golds and reds and all the primary colors, and then the other one is like pinks and purples and that kind of stuff. But anyways, and then they have this stencil. It's like scales. I want to get that. and they have a bunch of like diamonds and red jewels and I don't know, a bunch of jewels for your face. I think they're for your face. And then they also have a couple of cream eyeshadow sticks, I believe that's what they are. One looked like a highlighter, but I'm not sure. They had a white, a black, and a like a gold color. So I don't know. I'll have to look again. I was literally in line because I was in a hurry. My mother-in-law obviously took me this morning, and I had to stop and get garbage bags, and she had an appointment at 10 o'clock, and it was like 9:20, so, and she had to go pick her boyfriend up, so she had to hurry up, drop me off, go pick up her boyfriend, and then make her appointment. So I was in a hurry, so I didn't really get to look, but I just grabbed these because I knew that I was going to like all these. Obviously, I love makeup, so I'm going to love them, and I love Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild and LA Colors are probably my two favorite drugstore, like, really cheap brands. Obviously, I like, NYX and stuff like that, but for cheap, like, really, really cheap brands, Wet n Wild and Elf. Elf, Wet n Wild, I love Elf. That might be my favorite. Wet n Wild and Elf. But, LA Colors is in Family Dollar, so they always have new stuff in there, so that's what I go with because that's what they have. They're starting to get more Wet n Wild stuff, though, which is awesome. I keep feeling like this stuff is, like, migrating. I tried to mix it with, it is Laga Cloud Lips. And it's like that vampy red color. This came from Kimmy D. It's like a really, really dark vampy red color. I tried to mix it with this. And this is from Simply Samantha. And I tried to mix it because